What's up guys, TechSplains here, and we all use different kind of electronic devices like laptops, DSLRs, smartphones, smart speakers, Bluetooth speakers, Wi-Fi routers. So after the usage of a year and a half or even a year, we find that the battery life of these devices reduces. So why actually this happens? So I was doing quite a bit research on lithium ion batteries and came to a conclusion with battery charging myths, which I can clear with this video. So let's get started. Basically, most of the devices that are available right now in the market uses lithium ion batteries. Now lithium ion batteries are very much efficient, very much powerful and very much smart in order to restrict some of the battery fault. So why actually battery life of these devices reduce? So basically this depends on the battery charging habits of the user. Number of time you plug in and plug out your device for charge, your battery's life cycle gets reduced. So say for example, if you are plugging your device like a smartphone for 2 to 3 times in a day, and after that you are plugging in for 5 to 7 times in a day, then the charging cycle and the battery life cycle of that lithium ion battery reduces with each charge. So myth number 1 is to charge overnight a device that you have purchased recently. Like if you have purchased an iPod recently and it has 40% battery, then there is a big myth that to charge every single device overnight to use that device in its full throttle. But actually this is completely wrong. If it has 40% battery, you can use it pretty smoothly and there will be no issues with the battery. Myth number 2 is to plug out your device immediately when it charges 100%. So it is one of the biggest myths, because now the lithium ion batteries have a smart circuit which actually cuts the power when it is fully charged. So you can keep your device overnight for charge and there will be no issue. If you actually see the charging chart of a lithium ion battery, then you will notice that the initial charge from 0 to 70%, it's very quick, and after 80 or 85%, small amount of current gets to the battery in order to reduce the battery damage and to reduce the explosion rate as well. So you find that your smartphone is plugged in for charges really quickly from 0 to 70%, and then after 90% it takes very long time to completely charge, because now your battery is enough charged and requires small amount of current in order to fully charge. The myth number 3 of battery charging is the calibration of the lithium ion batteries. Some of the people think that reduce down the battery to 0% and then charge fully to 100% to increase the battery life. Now this is only true if you want your device to last for say 2 or more than 2 years. But if you are a normal user and want to last your phone for say 1.5 to 2 years, then you can plug in and plug out of the charge as many as times you want in a day. This will not at all harm the battery for 2 or more than say 2.5 years. So basically these were the top 3 myths that most of the users of electronic devices have right now, and probably most of the users think that why actually the performance is related with the battery charging habits, because when you plug in and plug out of your device, you know that by each charge and discharge your battery's life cycle is getting reduced. But this is only true till 2 to 2.5 years. After that, most of the user changes their devices and purchases a new one. But when using a device which is 2.5 to 3 years old, the capacity of the current that is to be retained by the battery is reduced. So small amount of current is passed to the processor and other electronic components in your smartphone. That's why the performance is affected, because your processor can't actually utilize that small amount of current in order to perform big actions. That's why performance reduces and processor throttling takes place. It has to lower down or lower clock the frequency of the processor in order to use that power which is derived from the battery. But basically one big thing that every user have to keep in mind, that you should charge your device in a cold or moderate environment. Basically a lithium ion battery doesn't have a temperature protection, so if the environment is too hot and your device is getting too hot, then you should immediately plug out of the charge in order to save the battery, because sometimes explosion may occur due to overheating. Basically, this is not applicable in day-to-day scenarios, but this should be kept in mind. So basically that's it with this video, and hope you have got the information of battery charging, battery's life cycle, and battery charging habits that you should improve. So please give it a thumbs up to let me know, and subscribe the channel if you haven't still. Hit the bell notification icon to get notifications as early as possible so that you can notify when I upload the videos on my channel. Share the video as much as possible to clear the myths of the battery to the people. This is Nisarg signing off, and I'll talk to you in the next video.